Okay, so I've been trying to catch up on as much drama as possible, and I've been meaning to watch this Avsterbone video by Toastify for a while. Avsterbone is a name that not a lot of you are going to know who that is. Just like a quick rundown, and we'll go more into it as we get through this video, but Avsterbone is somebody who... his content is interesting because I think he mostly got popular from his Minecon trolling videos, Minecraft convention trolling videos. He would go to Minecon in person, and he would do public trolling videos there, basically, like asking troll questions and whatever. That's basically how Avsterbone was known. Yeah, no, Avsterbone, generally speaking, I do remember him from back in the day. I don't remember what I thought of him. Actually, now that I think about it, I do remember that, I wonder if I still have the recording of it. If I remember, maybe I'll play it at the very end of the video. But, I do remember Avsterbone, I think, was live streaming at a certain point, I think in 2018, and he was doing prank calls. And I think I gave him the phone number to a bakery that I just fucking despised for one reason or another. I'm not going to disclose the name of this bakery for obvious reasons. But, he was doing prank calls live, and I gave him to a number to a bakery I hated, and then he was, like, prank calling the fuck out of them. I might still have the recording on my old Dr. Evil Bad Rex channel unlisted somewhere. I'd have to maybe pull it up. If I remember, I'll try to pull it up at the very end of this video, but enough of that. Let's just get right into it.
In April 2025, Shiloh Hendricks, a 36-year-old mother, was recorded calling a boy and another man racial slurs, justifying her actions by saying the boy had stolen from a diaper bag.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. You know, kids can be little shits, but I do remember the Shiloh Hendricks incident, and her calling a black kid the N-word, definitely not justified. I mean, that's a fucking kid.
The video went viral the next month, causing Shiloh to apparently be doxxed and sent death threats. Feeling she needed to relocate, a financial campaign was set up, reaching over $800,000. But none of that really matters for this video, because the person who set up this wildly successful campaign was not Shiloh Hendricks. It was this guy.
Wake up! Wake up!
I did not know that it was Avsterbone that set up the, whatchamacallit, the, GoFundMe for Shiloh Hendricks. I actually did not know that. That is a very interesting, neat, fun fact. It really goes to show how the mighty have fallen. Or maybe Avsterbone was always like this. I don't know.
So wake up! Dada! Dada! Love you, Dada!
This is Avi Rackling, and before his forays as a right-wing activist, Avi spent his late teens chasing online fame under the name of Avsterbone. Avi's efforts only amounted to around 5,000 subscribers, despite some notoriety from his trolling at the Minecraft convention Minecon.
I didn't actually win. I'm just a huge fan of Keemstar, and let's get Harambe out there, everyone! Woo!
But Avi soon felt the pursuit...
I don't know. I mean, like, obviously, the humor is very dated, but, him saying that at fucking Minecon is interesting. I mean, like, obviously, like, I guess it's rage baiting without pushing the bar, we'll say. Like, he does, like, the most safe rage bait, we'll call it. Like, he trolls publicly, but it's very harmless. He's not, like, to my knowledge, I don't remember him being super obnoxious with it.
The success turned on himself, and very quickly, he became the content. Those who clipped his absurd rage during his Mario Kart streams would become far more popular than he was. Avsterbone's story is a decade-long pursuit for a smidge of personal success, from a guy who fumbles it every single time.
What the fuck is happening, dude? I do remember this guy being very silly for no reason.
Oh my god, I peed my pants again! I'm in the bathroom next door! Dude, I have diarrhea all over the bed!
Bro, thank God I lock my doors during every single time I record a segment, because if somebody walked in my room and saw Avsterbone bent over with a fucking diaper, who knows how awkward that would have been.
I love 11-year-old. Wait, no, just kidding.
Flip that! Flip that!
Are you kidding what time it is? Screaming through the house! I'm here! I hope you die.
My god! Are you? I'm turning my wheel! I'm turning my wheel! You know what? This!
Avi Racklein was born in 2001 and spent most of his life in New Jersey. Avi grew up in a Jewish family.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. New Jersey is a lot more of a conservative place. Yeah, it kind of makes sense that he... Like, I'm pretty sure Avsterbone was, like, always conservative-leaning, but he was never, like... To my knowledge, and I could be totally wrong on this, he was never fully extreme until, like, way later, and now he's, like, completely alt-right.
Would even make videos featuring his younger brother Elijah, trying to get drivers to honk for Passover. Avi's present channel is not the first one he's had. He actually started all the way back in 2011. Although this channel is lost to time, we're aware that it uploaded COD Zombies gaming videos. Avi would then start a separate channel in 2014, dedicated to IRL skits and Minecraft content. His first ever business endeavor was actually a short-lived Minecraft server named Avstercraft. This other channel is also pretty much gone, although the reason it was wiped off the map is pretty different to what you might be expecting. For viewers nowadays, the idea of YouTube multi-channel networks, or MCNs, might seem like a totally foreign and unrecognizable thing, but back then it was the only hope some channels had. In an age where YouTube AdSense wasn't paying well, and the bar to get monetization was pretty high from today's standards, YouTube NCNs offered another way out. With these networks, you could earn money earlier, and in exchange, they would take a cut of the money earned. It presented an easily accessible way for small creators to get something out their videos.
Yeah, that's how, Ross Scott from Stop Killing Games was able to do Freeman's Mine. That's how I knew Ross Scott back in the day, was from Freeman's Mine, before he did all the Stop Killing Games thing, and obviously more people knew who he was as a result of the Stop Killing Games thing, but it's nice to know that Ross Scott's he's still alive and well doing God's work.
Avi's network was Freedom Network, run by the infamous George from Freedom. The problem with MCNs though, and the reason why you don't hear about them today, is because they were notoriously shady. Machinima, one of the biggest MCNs on YouTube, had an insane controversy with not treating creators fairly, and not even paying them out.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, because, like, Machinima got very, very big, and then obviously they became more corporate, and the more corporate things get, the more soulless they become, and the more poor the work environments result from that. So it's a typical pipeline we've seen time and time again on YouTube.
And this is an issue that has persisted to this day with other networks. Avi's issue with Freedom Network came from a different angle. According to him, his channel was unfairly terminated out of the blue, and Freedom support failed to really do anything to help him. They left him in the dust, just as he was starting to see some success. On August 14th, 2016, a 15-year-old Avi would finally put up his new channel named Avsterbone, and uploaded the same kind of videos that he did before. Avi's early content had a number of separate influences. On one hand, there were his parodies and skits, inspired by the commercial parodies of one Djibouti Dubs. These would be the biggest volume of his content, and normally involved exaggerated commercial parodies, with him making an ass of himself on video. On the other hand, there were commentary videos, either making fun of internet cringe, or relitigating and explaining his situation with Freedom Network. Avi was obviously inspired by the edgy drama side of the internet at the time.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of the name of the game, though. And listen, just because somebody made edgy content doesn't necessarily mean that they were part of, like, the alt-right pipeline. Like, you know, if you look at iDubbbz, I didn't really consider him super alt-right, but he was, like, about as edgy as it got. Maybe not as edgy as it got, but he was pretty damn edgy. Like, he pushed the bar heavily for what was possible. And so, like, I was part of edgy discords as a teenager. Like, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, it's not my most proud moments of my life, but yeah, it's just kind of how the way things were back in the day.
But without a doubt, Avi's most popular content was his prank calls. This aspect of his...
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. Guys, at some point, if we get maybe later down the video, I'm gonna skim through... I'm gonna see if I can find the prank call that he made to the bakery that I sent him. It's so... Dude, it's legendary. You guys, if you guys know who Avsterbone is, you are going to get some exclusive Avsterbone footage in this video. But, anyway...
Content can be tracked to the likes of Ownage Pranks, an old channel that prank called numerous places, trying to get a rise out of them and then making those calls into silly animations. Avi didn't have the animations, but his prank videos would imitate their style.
Thanks for calling Burger King this round. How can I help you?
Hi, I just wanted to let you know that you're a loser because you get bad grades in school.
Hey, guess what? I just recorded this and I'm calling the cops for prank callers. Have a good day.
Wow, that's a little rude. He just hung up on me.
However,
guys, I'm calling the cops because somebody called me and said that I got bad grades in school. Terrible stuff, man. It's the worst.
Prank calling alone.
You know, forget death threats. Forget the false accusations. Forget the thousands of calls you could get. You know, one person called you and said you get a bad grade in school. And that's enough to call the police on somebody. Man.
wasn't going to make Avi stand out. He had to do something bold, and such an opportunity would present itself a few months later.
At Minecon. Hell yeah, of course.
The date is September 24th, 2016, and the annual Minecraft convention Minecon was being held in sunny Anaheim, California. The convention was a 6-year-old tradition at this point, meaning it was old enough for most of the Minecraft YouTubers who were attending, and Mojang were hoping—
Oh, damn. Fucking Jim Bob or whatever. That guy was weird. That guy was, like, actually a fucking, like, weird freak. I do remember, like, his allegations.
To be more ambitious than ever with their newest edition. 12,000 tickets sold to the convention in 3.5 seconds, and this time, Mojang had gotten the community more and more involved. Creators and multiplayer networks alike were all there for this. Yet 2016 was a very different time for the Minecraft community. The game was less seen as some nostalgic yet timeless and simplistic experience, and more as a game for annoying kids, stuck-up man-children, and, as I mentioned before, nonces. The live-streamed awkwardness
The worst.
of the conventions drew mockery from—
Except if you have fucking... it's very interesting because, like, I think Minecraft is so traumatized by the fucking predators in that community because there were a lot of legitimately disgusting predators, like Jakashi, I think Lionmaker, and of course Jinbop, or Jinbop, I forget his name. I kind of don't care to remember, but yeah, those are, like, legitimate predators. And then by the time fucking Dream's allegations came, it was, like, one of the stupidest things ever because, like, the worst allegation for Dream was, like, 17 and 20. Which is like a big, giant fucking nothing burger.
Many others online, and Avsterbone saw the potential, taking an expensive trip across the country, aiming to intentionally end up in a Minecraft cringe compilation. The convention had a raised panel of hosts, and Avi would try and get in the background there alongside the dabbing kids. Whilst there,
he was constantly seen in the background.
He would try to do something funny, flip the bird, yell loudly about a notorious Minecraft pedophile, whilst the aforementioned pedo's former collaborators were on the panel.
What's the kind of like some of the kind of craziest fans that you've seen?
Aside from these more
fucking Lionmaker, baby, wow. Wow.
unheard moments, Avi also went on camera a few times. In this clip, he can be seen interviewed and redoing the iconic dedicated wham meme.
I was wondering, what's the recommended amount of dedicated wham I should have to serve her?
That's insane. That's crazy. The dedicated RAM. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it became a meme. I wonder how that kid's doing now, the dedicated wham kid. You know, obviously it was funny at the time. I do remember it very well growing up, but curious to know how he feels about it looking back at it.
For your Percy, for your Percy.
We couldn't hear the question, sorry.
If an interview wasn't enough, Avi would later get the opportunity to get on stage in front of the main crowd of people. The convention was holding a costume contest in which kids would dress up as their favorite YouTubers, but unfortunately the people running the event had no idea which things were actual costumes. So when Avsterbone went up there in his normal clothes and said he was dressed up as Keemstar, the host took it in their stride.
There's another guy just there as well, that's incredible. Are you with this guy or are you dressed up?
I'm dressed up as my favorite YouTuber, Keemstar.
Oh my god.
Okay, dude. Jesus Christ. You know, for the most part, a lot of these pranks were harmless. You know, you look at this and you're like, wow, the pranks were actually not even that bad. Like, you look at, like, some of the kick pranks, and the kick pranks are absolutely obnoxious. One of them even was, like, threatening others with, like, a gun, and people were calling it, like, a prank. And that's being done live on Kick. It's very interesting how times have changed. And then you look at, like, harmless pranks like these.
Let's get—
I guess there probably were some harmful pranks people did back in the day. Sam Pepper came to mind, but I'm pretty sure Sam Pepper faked most of his shit anyways, so...
Right.
Well done, well done.
And to top it all off, during the closing ceremony, Minecon were announcing the winners of the various Minecraft minigame competitions that had been held at the event. Whilst calling up the winners of Walls, Avsterbone pretended to be one of the winners, only to take the mic and give a shout out to his favorite YouTuber.
Oh, simultaneous. Are you Steven?
No, I'm You're Zachary?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's for you there?
You're Zach. Your condo, did you win one of the tournaments?
Yeah. All right, Zachary.
Did they? All right, we're gonna see.
Did you know anyone else competing?
Well, the thing is that I didn't actually win. I'm just a huge fan of Keemstar, and let's get Harambe out there, everyone! Woo! You can take the plaque back.
Okay.
You can take the plaque back. I do remember that. I remember that very clearly. What a nice guy. You know, he publicly trolled, and then he gave the plaque back.
Thank you.
Oh, and then you have security running after him. That's crazy.
I think that's my favorite.
It's safe.
This is sad.
To say that Avi was the menace of Minecon 2016, and I honestly don't know why it took until the end for security to actually catch up with him. Apparently, he wasn't even taken away from the event, just taken off the stage and escorted back to his seat. In the aftermath, Avi's clip farming would get him attention, and in the resulting cringe compilations, his moments were some of the most viewed. Even better, he caught the eye of the man he'd given a shout out.
Over the weekend was Minecon, and this is for like all the Minecraft YouTubers and Minecraft fans. And well, they were doing some competitions. People won some awards. When this happened, roll it.
I didn't actually win. I'm just a huge fan of Keemstar, and let's get Harambe out there, everyone! Woo! You can take the black vest.
Okay. Thank you.
What a what?
It's typical fucking bum-ass security guard not doing his job. He's sleeping on the job.
Following this,
sounds like he needs a nice good old Starbucks or a cup of shut the fuck up.
Avsterbone now had a decent audience around him, and by posting more parodies and commentary videos, it was clear he was trying to establish himself. The only thing is that people were more interested in his trolling because that's what they knew him from. Avi was quick to realize this, and he would start to up the ante, no matter how unethically sound the memes were. In December...
I mean, like, obviously, like, his pranks up until this point were, I would say, fairly harmless, but, like, how bad did these really get?
2016, he set his sights on the Minecraft server Mineplex, and filmed a video in which he trolls the Mineplex TeamSpeak server on their weekly karaoke.
So, this is, the theme song for iCarly. I know, you see, somehow I'll have to ship a asshole!
Okay.
Does he say the N-word in there? Okay. Alright, that's, interesting, to say the least.
Alright, please don't troll that. Please don't troll.
In January 2017, Avi got access to a YouTuber's Minecraft account on another Minecraft server, Hypixel, and if you haven't played on Hypixel, know that people who have the YouTuber role in the server used to be treated like gods by most players. Avi immediately used it to try and troll everyone with racial slurs and self-promotion. 4 months later, Avsterbone would stream himself donating an NSFW video to Brittany Venti's stream.
Oh, great. Okay. You know, I think, like, looking at all of this, like, Avsterbone watching Brittany Venti, like, it's very easy to see how this kid would fall into the far-right pipeline, or the alt-right pipeline, very quickly. Like, and I think, here's the thing, right? Like, I'm pretty sure Avsterbone was, like, always a conservative-leaning guy, but that doesn't, necessarily mean he's, like, extremely far-right, you know? Someone can be, like, a normal conservative-leaning person. Maybe not nowadays with the way Trump is running his administration, but it's very weird looking back on this guy, because I do remember watching his Minecon clips when they went viral. I do remember very clearly.
Before then mass flagging it and getting it taken down. Brittany Venti herself was known back then as a notoriously annoying e-girl troll, so of course she was the perfect target.
JonTron. JonTron doesn't love me. Oh. Down with Antifa and build the wall. They do build
Oh my god! I got a stream shut down!
This incident would also earn him some drama alert coverage, though his name was still not mentioned, and Keemstar expressed sympathy for how Brittany had been taken down.
Also in the news, what happens when a troll gets trolled? We're talking about Brittany Ventney. She has been streaming on YouTube when, well, someone decided to send her. You know, I must say...
It's kind of based, though. It depends what kind of porn he sent her, though. Was it, 2 girls, 1 cup, or was it, like, Avsterbone with, like, a diaper ripped open in his asshole or something? I don't know.
I kind of feel bad.
Not sure why that's the first thing I thought of, but we're just gonna roll with it.
For Brittany, because this is, like, basically somebody getting her fired at her job. It's kind of a move. She responded on Twitter, showing that she has lost the ability to stream on YouTube due to this incident.
At this point, Avsterbone's career from then onwards seemed to be set in stone as a perennial troll, a chaos bringer to wherever he set his sights on. But the thing is, basing your entire existence on being a public troll isn't really a long-term career plan. You can't keep doing it forever because you're always expected to raise the bar. Sure, it gets you those little boosts of popularity and dopamine, but Avsterbone didn't really have a base that he could continue trolling in, unlike someone like Xbox Addictions, for example. His popularity was less from the community and more from the outrage, and when your name becomes infamous, people will know to avoid you, and your opportunities can just vanish. Avsterbone was gearing up for round 2 with Minecon in 2017, but surprisingly the convention this year would be almost exclusively online, with just a pre-scripted show and a studio audience. Mojang and Microsoft had learnt their lessons from Avi's antics, and so he decided to skip out, thus ending his so-called 15 minutes of fame. So, apart from trolling, what was Avsterbone doing with his relatively small audience? Well, his videos consisted of the same kind of stuff, though he would start branching out the commentary topics. Sometimes there were story times about his life, and other times it was more reactions. These videos are fairly unremarkable, but it
didn't, I do remember, I don't know why this is the first video I just remembered, but I remember Avsterbone had, like, his friend come in, and they reacted to, like, a fucking like, a really poorly acted porno, and it was, like, the weirdest and funniest thing, like, ever. I don't know why that's the first thing I thought of, but I do remember Avsterbone had, like, a video that was something along those lines.
did bring some attention to his channel. The real part that we're going to focus on is the streams, starting in around early to mid 2017.
Yeah, I think the one time that I tuned into Avsterbone streams, maybe it was like a few times, but I do remember giving him like a business that he could prank call. It was like a bakery, and I'm pretty sure I do have the recording for that bakery. Like I said, you know what? Let's see if I can find it, actually. I might as well, before I forget. It's kind of the elephant in the room. Alright, guys and gals and non-binary pals. This is exclusive footage you are seeing of Avsterbone. You are likely not going to find this footage anywhere else. This is from October 2018, so how old was I during then? October 2018? I was 16 years old in October 2018. That's fucking crazy. This was back when I was 16. I submitted a phone number to Avsterbone when I was 16 for him to prank call. This is exclusive footage you will not find anywhere else. Yeah, it's about 10 minutes long. I might as well show this. Like, we're talking about Avsterbone. I highly doubt I'm gonna get any other opportunity to show this. Exclusively here.
Alrighty, next call is gonna be from... That was good, that was good. Next call is going to be from... Max?
Hey, yo! My real name? My government name?
We're calling bakery.
Alright, yeah, I'm going to censor that. That is, I do not want to dox the, name of bakery.
Basically, I used to visit the place, but we had differences. They're unprofessional teen girls that work there who are funny to mess with, and my friends have been calling them lots lately. Called them and asked if they were selling Viagra because they had it on their website.
Okay. Yeah, it's a bakery I used to visit. I think the backstory is, I don't know, man. God, I'm so ashamed to admit this. It's so fucking embarrassing. Whatever. Fuck it. I think there was a chick I liked and she didn't like me back and I got upset. My 16-year-old wow, my 16-year-old self was an incel at one point. Damn, that's crazy. Crazy stuff, dude. Times have changed, really.
All right.
Yeah, obviously very immature to call a business just because you had a bad interaction with somebody that works there. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Alrighty.
Fatty.
Okay, so let's make a call there.
Ooh, the suspense.
Bakery.
Hi, yes, my friend recommended me to you. He said that the bakery that you guys run is a lot more, like, hip and cool.
Okay, dude, what the fuck is happening? Just putting on a voice.
I was wondering if you had any sort of, like, cupcakes.
Oh, no. EDP. No. No, EDP, don't do it.
Wait, can you repeat all of that?
I'm sorry. Basically, my friend, she recommended me your bakery. She said that you guys are, like, funny and stuff like that. I haven't actually been in the store, but I heard
we are?
Yeah, I heard that you guys are, like, really fun to talk to and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I heard it's, like, primarily run by teenage girls, so I think that's awesome. Like,
okay, dude. Okay. I'm pretty sure they had, like, an older lady working there. I don't remember the day that she worked there, but I think she only worked there close to the weekends, if I remember correctly. God, it's been so fucking long since I've heard this name. Again, I am censoring the name of this bakery, by the way, because I am not trying to dox this bakery. And I'm also not trying to encourage people to go harass this bakery, because that's irresponsible. So, yeah, don't do that, guys. Don't be like my teenage self.
a teenage girl myself, so is that
Okay, dude, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. To be fair, out of all the prank calls we've done to this bakery, I would say that this one is probably the most tame. Like, the other ones are pretty bad.
right though? Like, a lot of you are teenage girls?
I am, but I think it's like yeah, like teenage, early 20s.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, so it's like hip and like fun. So yeah, I was looking to kind of come in. I'm about like 15 minutes away. But before I made the trip, because like I'm like a broke college student right now, I was just wondering if I could figure out like kind of like the menu items. I was wondering if you know, you had any like cupcakes there. I was kind of in the mood for some cupcakes.
Are you trying to like buy like special cupcakes?
I like a catering order type of thing. I don't know if you did that. I'm kind of throwing like a frat party.
No. Are you trying to
I'm
like...
throwing a frat party as like a older college woman. And she's throwing a frat party. What the fuck is happening? Oh my gosh.
Like order, like, are you having like a party or something? Because we make, I can give you our Instagram page, because we make cupcakes that are like we can put like a picture or something on a cupcake. Like, I don't know, like if you have a theme or something.
Oh, you have an Instagram? What's your Instagram? Tell me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so the Instagram page I am going to just censor entirely because, again, I'm not trying to dox this business. Also, he might show it on screen. Anytime he shows it on screen, I'm also going to cut out of the video because, for obvious reasons.
Okay.
bakery.
Bakery.
Yeah, no, that's it.
So it's Instagram.com/that?
Yeah.
Alright, let me just go on it real quick. Just give me like 1 second, okay? I just gotta load that up and then I'll be able to take a look. Are you busy in the restaurant today, or nothing's like going on really that much?
No, not really.
Okay. I'm looking at the most recent pic. It was 6 days ago, and it's a picture of a custard. Do you manage the Instagram? Is that it?
Oh, no, I don't.
No? Do you have access to the Instagram?
No, why?
Okay. So you said that you do custom designs and stuff like that?
Yeah, so it's like you scroll down, like you'll run into cupcakes eventually. So we do like cupcakes with we can put a picture on the cupcake, like...
He sends, by the way, he clicks on the image of the fucking Instagram post and then he causes people to like comment on it. Oh my gosh.
The event, is there like a theme or something, or you just want cupcakes?
Well, actually, the theme is baby shower. What happened?
Oh my god.
What is that? My
By the way, the bakery Instagram is still on the fucking live stream, so I still can't show any of this, sadly. But yeah, you guys can hear it just fine.
My friend, she recently got pregnant, and we're like throwing a party and stuff like that. So it's like, it's really exciting. It's actually, I mean, it's really exciting. She actually just had her 5th miscarriage in a row, and we're kind of celebrating it because like 5's the charm.
Oh, it's so bad. Oh my god. So dumb. Why? Dude, this fucking poor bakery. I almost feel bad, man. Like, this poor bakery. I feel partly responsible for, like, some of the fucking prank calls that this bakery would get, dude. I feel bad. Oh, I was such an asshole teenage kid. Holy fuck, man.
So I was wondering if we
oh my gosh, dude,
could have some sort of like a picture of like a baby on it, maybe like a fetus type theme.
Oh my god, the fetus on a cake? What the fuck is that?
If that would work.
Yeah, you could do that. Are you still looking at the Instagram?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's trying like so hard not to laugh.
If you like scroll down, like you'll run into like we make cupcakes with pictures on it. So you can like pick a picture, like any picture from online, and we can put those on the cupcake. Is that what you want to do? Or,
Yeah, I was looking, so, like, all the miscarriages that my friend had, we actually still have their fetuses in jars, so I was wondering if we could take a picture of that and then put that on the cupcake.
I don't know about you guys. That might be a really good, oh god, I was about to make a really nasty joke. I was about to say it would make a really good cake for a certain somebody. I don't want to name that certain somebody because it's such a mean and nasty joke. Ugh, alright. We're gonna leave it at that.
You want a picture of the fetus on the cupcake?
Yeah, all the dead fetuses.
That's so bad.
Okay.
So, how much would that cost for, like, 10 cupcakes?
How big cupcakes do you want?
Like, just like a medium-sized cupcake, like nothing too big.
I think with the picture on it, they're $3 each, but I can double check that with my boss.
Okay, so $3 each per cupcake. And is there a chance that, like, you'd maybe want to join the party? Like, come over?
Oh god, dude, this is so bad. Okay, he's not showing the Instagram anymore, so we're good to show... It gets a black screen now, so we're good to show the rest of this now. But, oh my god. This is so bad.
Wait, now I can't tell if this is a joke or not.
I'm being 100% serious. What happened is that the boyfriend, he's actually kind of down, so we're doing, like, have you ever seen the American Pie movie series?
No.
No. So basically, we're kind of, like, modeling that, and it's, like, there's, like, this really big, like, sex games, and it's, like, really, like, out of this world.
Dude, Avsterbone is asking a fucking teenage girl about sex. Granted, Avsterbone is my age, so he's also 16. We're both 16, so we're all around the same age, so that's not the problem. So you're free there, obviously. Like, we're fine there, but it's still so fucking bad that we're doing this to begin with. It's so dumb. It's like, I'm laughing looking back at it because I remember this very clearly. Is this something I would do nowadays? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Dude, I don't know, man. It's like, prank calls is like one of those things that I've kind of just like outgrown. I have not done them in... When was the last prank call I did? Holy shit. I think 2019, actually. Like, I don't think I ever remember 2020 at all doing prank calls, or 2021 even, or like any time after that. I don't ever remember doing prank calls then.
And, we're kind of looking for new people, and that's kind of why I called, you know, on top of the cupcake orders. You know, if you would be interested in doing a blowjob game.
That is crazy. Wow.
No, thank you.
No? Okay. So, just the cupcakes then. If I could get 6 of those, and where would I place the order?
I can give you my boss's email address, and you can just directly send him all the pictures.
God, it's so bad. That one was probably not as funny, the blowjob games. That one's kind of like, alright, dude, that you might want to chill out a little bit there. I didn't even remember that he said that. I just remember that he fucking prank called.
Pictures.
Okay. And if I wanted to send sperm samples to be put in the cupcakes, how...
Oh my god, dude, what the fuck is happening? The sperm samples in the... Oh my god, this is so bad. Oh, this is so fucked up.
How would I go about doing that?
Yeah, no, okay. So you're joking.
I'm not joking. I'm being 100% serious. Do you want my business or not?
Okay, I'm not sure. You can ask my boss. I'm gonna give you his email address.
Oh, it's a he?
Yes.
Listen, as a white teenage female, I do not deal with men. Men are bad news, okay? He's the reason...
Honestly... This video is kind of proof of that, genuinely. Men really are bad news.
Why, my friend...
Especially fucking troublesome teenage boys that prank call all fucking day.
...had 5 miscarriages.
It's terrible stuff.
Okay.
So sad.
Okay? Yeah,
Okay.
this is completely a joke. I feel like I've tortured you enough. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he admits that it's a prank call at the end. I do remember at the end, I think like back then I was like, oh, this is disappointing. Like, why'd you admit that it was a prank? You know, leave it ambiguous. But like, I think honestly, like looking back at it now, I kind of get it. Like, I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of glad you told her it was a prank, to be honest. The poor girl has fucking suffered enough.
This is all a joke. Oh, that was... Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're live in front of like 400 people right now. Anything you want to say to the audience?
What?
I'm live streaming and there are 400 people watching. I was wondering if there's anything you'd want to say. Everyone in the chat's going absolutely bananas.
I did not know that there were 400 people watching this live stream. That's fucking crazy.
If there's anything you'd want to say.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay. You wanna give a shout out or anything?
A shout out for what?
We got 400 people watching right now, and they're waiting for what you have to say next.
Watching on what?
Everyone's watching on YouTube. I'm live right now. Your Instagram has been spammed with so many comments, it is unbelievable.
Instagram?
Yep.
I did not even know that. Oh my god. Wait. Hold on. I'm gonna check the Instagram myself. I'm not going to dox the Instagram, but I'm gonna check the Instagram. Maybe I can show the comments? I don't know. I'm curious to see now. I went to the original Instagram post. I think most of the comments are deleted. If Avsterbone sent anybody to comment trolling on the post, I guess fair enough, honestly. It is the owner's right to delete those comments. Fair enough. Man, this was honestly a lot more fucking devious than I remembered it being. Granted, it's not nearly as bad as it could have gotten, but like it's still like it's kind of like this fucking prank call was honestly like I just can't believe I was this devious back in the day.
Oh wait, then can I give my Instagram?
Yeah, shout out your Instagram. Do it.
I'm also going to I know she's shouting out her Instagram here. But I'm also going to censor her because it could be doxing her as well. So for all intents and purposes, I'm going to make a note to myself in this video to censor out her Instagram and the name that she drops in it because I don't want to dox the person that worked here either. So just for your safety.
Wait, I don't see any comments on it.
It's the latest photo, the one with the custard cake.
There's 5 comments.
Okay, well, there's like fraud protection. Anyways, shout out your Instagram.
Fraud protection? Uh-oh. This was an Italian-owned bakery, so maybe Tony Soprano's around the area? I don't know.
Shout it out.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it?
Okay. Yeah.
Alrighty. Oh wow, that's a great Instagram you got there.
Thanks.
So you run the bakery, you run the show?
No, I just work here.
You just work there. Oh, that's incredible. Yeah. So how's the...
Alright, yeah, let's just censor all of this out because I would rather, again, I'm not trying to dox her.
Bakery.
Good.
It's good. It's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Be prepared to block a lot of people because my audience isn't the nicest. But you have a great rest of your day and enjoy the bakery.
Okay, well, bye.
All right, bye. This poor girl. Oh my god. Yeah, we don't have 400 people watching, but it's okay.
Oh, I guess maybe he lied about that. Damn, that's funny. I wouldn't doubt that Avsterbone is the kind of person to have 400 people watching. Like, he was really funny back in the day. Mainly from his Minecon stuff and not the alt-right shit that he later got into.
Awesome! Okay. Smash. Oh, that's fucking terrible.
I think everybody was spamming Smash in the chat to the pictures of her. So, that's a little odd. That's a little bit weird, but it is what it is. There you go. I have a little bit of lore with Avsterbone back in the day. This is like an old recording from like an older video. Again, this is October 2018. This was way back in the day. Yeah, I mean, I guess have at it with some little Iconismus lore with Avsterbone way back in the day when he was, when we were both 16, as a matter of fact. But let's get back to the main video with Toastify.
Avi would start streaming, mainly playing Mario Kart Wii. He was a big fan of the game, and had been playing it and being in and around the community for ages. He even made a tutorial on how to download Wiimfi, a custom server that enabled people to still play games online on the Wii.
Oh, interesting. So that's kind of like Hamachi for Wii. That's actually a cool concept. It sounds kind of fire. You know, I don't know if there's any Wii emulators. I guess technically there's Dolphin Emulator, which has a lot of... it's mainly GameCube games, but I'm pretty sure that there's, like, Wii games there as well. I mainly use that for the Metroid Prime series, but there's a lot of, like, really fire Wii games that I wish I could play now, but nobody fucking plays the Wii anymore. It's crazy. I'm so old to the point where the Wii is a thing of the past.
Avi's streams wouldn't become notable, though, until clips started to surface, and people realized he sucks.
What? Are you joking? What? What? Oh, I'm gonna blow up. I'm gonna blow up my own bomb. Me. What is this bullshit? No! Nanny, you're stupid, and your mom's fat and ugly, and if you hit me with another... That's it. I'm turning off my damn Wii. This game's stupid. I played this for long enough.
I feel like this is performative. Like, obviously, like, maybe he actually does suck at the game, but I feel like these reactions, like, he obviously plays it up for stream content. Because, like, if we know something about Avsterbone, he's a massive clip farmer.
I'm done. We're done. We're done. I played this for over 2 hours now.
Mario Kart can be a very rage-inducing game, and when you're playing it on stream with your viewers, you're bound to get trolled. And whilst the Mario Kart streams weren't popular viewer-wise, they were very funny whenever Avi raged. And not only was it the rage, but over the months, the general stupid stream antics started to become worthy of note.
Bill, I'm going to the store, and you tricked me into the logo. Am I gonna get the first place epic victory royale? Woo! Oh my god, I peed my pants again.
Incredible stuff, dude.
How did I get fifth? Oh my god! Oh, I just peed my pants. Oh my god.
Did you say you weren't wearing any underwear too?
It's gonna happen! It's gonna... What the fuck? Hello, everybody! It's your favorite streamer. Who's your favorite streamer? Let me know in the chat. If you get the answer wrong, you're not welcome here. Domino doesn't even...
My favorite streamer's Papa Gut. You got a problem with that?
Stream. Oh my god, I just peed my pants again. What the...
You're not supposed to say these things out loud.
Soon, a sort of community formed around Avi. People joined his lively Discord server. There were active members and friends around his whole chat. This is the point where we introduced probably the second most important person of this whole story, Quintus Minimus. Quintus was a fan of Avi's who had come across his streams and started posting clips to his own channel. To this day, these clips remain the only archive of these streams. The clip compilations did pretty well, and got Avi some...
Yeah, so I assume if Avsterbone's channel is no longer up, I assume maybe his descent into being alt-right is what gets his channel taken down, like, later. Though, I guess it's hard to say for certain. Maybe, Toastify goes into it later in the video.
Attention, and the two would become pretty good friends.
Fine.
Stick around for Balloon Battle. Balloon Battle.
One more. One more. If I hear one more, then you're out.
Damn, that's not very nice.
Contrary to most lolcow A-log channels that despise the person they're watching, Avi had a generally good relationship with the trolling. He was cool with it and he encouraged it to happen, mostly because it gave him some attention. But Avi was not in control of the system. No one was going to clip the rage if it wasn't going to be genuine.
Wait, my Switch is back! Did my mom disable it just so I would take the dog out? Mom! Oh my... I'm so pissed off.
I don't care what time it is. You woke me up, stop screaming through the house.
Okay. I was only... Oh. Okay. You have reached the playtime limit, so you cannot play anymore today? Mom! Mom! What are you doing?
Don't you have anything better to do than to imitate Momsterbone?
That's crazy. Oh my god, Mom is in the lore as well? She knows Momsterbone? Like, she's in on the lore? That's funny. That's actually kind of based.
Listen, Momsterbone, you are a celebrity. We like you more than Avi.
And rightly so. Do you know where Avi is broadcasting from?
He's in the toilet right now.
I see the Twitch icon, so he's broadcasting from Twitch, and probably from YouTube as well. But if Avsterbone is known for, like, trolling and shit, I imagine Twitch can look at that and go, yeah, we don't want Avsterbone on this platform. I can easily see that happening.
Was it he?
Yes, he is.
Oh, that's great. He is broadcasting to 11 viewers.
All 11 of them.
So it wasn't 400 viewers in Avsterbone streams. Sad stuff.
Avi was becoming a sort of lolcow within his own sphere. It's almost as if he believed this was a spirit.
This has been a weird deep dive, I gotta say. Like, from my personal ties to Avsterbone, and Avsterbone being, like, so obscure from, like, the Minecon stuff, like, it's actually, this has been, like, actually, like, such a weird deep dive. I honestly cannot say I was expecting it, but, it's certainly welcome, nonetheless.
Continuation to the trolling, except this time the only person who was being pranked was him. And what made it even funnier is that when Avi actually attempted to try and do his own type of comedy, it was either bad or laughably embarrassing. Funny faces.
I mean, I think Avsterbone knew that it was kind of embarrassing. I don't think he was like with the trolling that he was doing, I knew he kind of looked like, I think he knew that he kind of looked like an idiot, but he kind of just embraced it because it gave him a lot of attention, so...
that he would make on parody videos would instead be turned into community-wide memes and photoshopped onto everything. The reason I set this all up is so I can talk about Avsterbone the Teenage Baby. This is a sketch where Avi is dressed up as a baby, wearing a diaper and acting like a baby.
Wake up! Maybe Avsterbone is like one of the... This is a weird frame that I paused on. I'm gonna play it back because I don't know if I feel comfortable pausing it on that frame. That's a little bit anyway, maybe Avsterbone has like a diaper kink. I know that there are some grown men who have a fetish being like babies and they have like a motherly figure go up to them, and really I think they do it just for the titties. Let's be real, I think that's part of the kink, like, more than anything. Maybe that's what Avsterbone dreamed of, who knows. Wake up, wake up. So wake up.
Dada. Dada. I love you, Dada.
I hate you.
Dada, I'm hungry. You get me food, please. I'm hungry.
I don't care if you're hungry.
Dada, I'm hungry.
Okay, we have your food.
Yay! Yay!
You like
What is that?
applesauce?
Yeah! Yay!
What the fuck am I like? What is happening? You like applesauce?
Yes, I do, Daddy! Yeah!
Oh my god, I actually, like, this is like, you know what, I take it back. Avsterbone did not have good I did not have good memories with Avsterbone. Guys, the prank call you listened to with Avsterbone, that I sent him the business or whatever, like the phone number I gave him or whatever, that was AI generated completely. I have no part in it whatsoever. I was not aware that it was a business that I personally knew and that I had secret fucking incel behavior for, totally. At the time, my teenager, that Icon was once an incel as a teenager, I guess. I don't know.
Daddy, thank you!
I feel like maybe that's a little harsh. I don't know if I'd say I was an incel, but maybe I was. I don't know. Maybe I was. You want a little bit more?
The video continues with him crawling around like a baby, himself,
Dada, I think I fooled myself!
and then being
what is happening?
Read a bedtime story. Who the hell with any kind of self-worth would take a look at this and think it was a good idea to post after 5 seconds? Avi's strange behavior was the real reason people were there. Though Avi's channel itself hadn't grown by much, the community around him and the people who made memes of him were incredibly strong. People like Quintus actually managed to get some serious growth through just clip compilations of Avi's streams. This all culminated in what is now known as Freedom Island, an animated ripoff of Battle for Dream Island, a popular series in the Object Show community, which in itself is derivative from Total Drama Island.
Oh god, not the Object Show community. I have personal ties to the Object Show community, and I've covered Object Show community drama on the channel several times. Object Show community drama is some of the most terminally online shit you will ever see in your whole fucking life. It is absolutely mental. The mental gymnastics on some of this drama is crazy. It's mainly because the community, the online narratives ran are by a bunch of fucking children, and you would expect to, because that's what Object Show, the main target audience for Object Shows is.
Quintus himself was part of said community, where people make animations out of simplistic designs with different objects. It wasn't uncommon around this time to have joke friend shows, made with a friend group's personal object show characters or something representing them. Freedom Island Season 1 ran from October 2017 to March 2018. The animations were pretty awful at this time, just using the formula of loud equals funny. Freedom Island would get a sequel, Freedom Island Deluxe, in July 2018, which was much higher quality. It was during this time that Quintus would begin to promote the show in object show discords, and it actually started to do pretty well. However, the crossover with object shows meant that it had two conflicting audiences. A typical object show viewer was pretty soft compared to Avi's edgy community and the jokes about racism, sexism, homophobia, and pedophilia they would make. So what is Freedom Island about? Well, as said before, it's a Battle for Dream Island ripoff. However, Quintus was a genius at making fun of Avi and an incredibly talented editor. A lot of the jokes on the series were references to Avi's mistakes and memes. Every minute problem that Quintus could see, he included. The name itself was a sly jab going back to Avi's origins, and the series did so well that even Freedom Network noticed it. Apparently, Avsterbone was even working with Freedom to rebrand their whole thing, rearrange the Freedom Network socials, and make a Minecraft server.
Oh, that's interesting. Wow, a troll stemmed into like an actual fucking opportunity for Avsterbone. It probably could have been good, actually, if anything.
Over this alleged,
but I think it's like just like looking at all this, I think it's very easy to see why Avsterbone's longevity for his content was not there, because like you can only troll for so long before people just stop caring. And I think another layer to it is the fact that Avsterbone, his trolling was not authentic. Like he constantly hyped it up for stream and like was faking it. And back in the day, if people were trolling, they would expect you to have some real reaction to it, or they would do it because it upset you and because they got like a high of upsetting you, and it wasn't really quite the same if you were faking it or playing it up for stream content. Nowadays, if you look at Twitch and like other platforms, like putting on a persona for stream and like faking shit for stream content is like so incredibly normalized nowadays, and for better or for worse, I guess.
Imploded within a week because they couldn't figure out the payment structure. Avi's streams continued throughout 2018, and the clips only got more and more chaotic.
I love 11-year-old. Wait, no, I'm just kidding.
Clip that! Clip that!
Wait, what?
More and more chaotic.
I love 11-year-old. Wait, no, I'm just kidding.
I'm in love with an 11. Wait, what? That's so weird. What the fuck?
Clip that! Clip.
Did he say I'm in love with an 11-year-old? Like, obviously, he's, like, making an edgy joke there, but it's still a very weird thing to say. I feel like even for an edgy joke, I don't know if that's, like, something I would say back in the day.
Clip that! Clip that right now! Clip it! Clip it!
Oh, let me come. That little kid.
Oh! What? What did you say?
That's crazy. Jesus Christ.
No, dude, I'm dead ass. I don't know why it keeps giving me first. I don't have McDonald's Wi-Fi.
My God! Are you? I'm turning my Wii off. I'm turning my Wii off. You know what? This.
And there's the end of the Avsterbone right there.
However, don't let these clips give you a false perception. The reason why people like Quintus were getting more popular than Avi was because all of Avi's content was dead food. Most of the time, his streams were dreary and dead air. It was only when the emotions got high or friends were around that they would actually be interesting. Again, laughing at him, not with him. But hey, if you wanted to become an esteemed Avsterbone stream mod, you could with a pay of just 35 cents. You might think this is a joke, but Avi did actually send his mods 35 cents in the post as payment. At least he pays his mods, you gotta respect that. But it's
yeah, putting the mods on the payroll, that's more than what a lot of Twitch streamers and normal streamers do nowadays. I guess that's somewhat admirable. Is it 35? Now, the real question is it 35 cents per hour, or 35 cents per day, or monthly? These are the things you guys gotta think about.
safe to say that despite all the streaming, Avi was still strapped for cash. And this leads to one of the genuinely funniest moments of Avsterbone's entire career. Amidst his constant chase for success, Avi had been passed up by a viewer of his. Ty Domino Guy, a community member who was only around 14 years old at the time, had started posting marble run videos as a hobby. The videos did insanely well out of nowhere, getting millions of views within a few weeks. Not wanting to miss out on the views, Avi made a channel copying Domino, naming it Avi's Marble Runs. In these videos, he talks in a higher and softer voice to try and appeal to the kids.
Welcome to Avi's Marble Runs. Hey guys.
Damn, it really does seem like Avsterbone may had like some level of envy for like the fact that people around him were getting more views. I mean, maybe he may not have been as like vocal about it, but there definitely was some level of envy. Even if he's like making a parody here of like Marble Runs or whatever, he's still obviously trying to cash in for views. So if there's one thing that really like this entire stream really I guess, paints is the fact that Avsterbone would do anything for attention, and maybe he just, like, really, really, like, wants attention badly. And attention-seeking behavior is a plague. Like, clout chasing is, like, one of the worst things that anybody can, I guess, give into. And some people express it worse than others. So I'm looking at you, Purple Perry Gaming. Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh. The way, like, some people will do anything for attention online.
It's Abby's Marble Runs here, and today we're going to be doing a challenge video where it's going to be a yellow marble versus a green marble versus a blue marble in the Double World Challenge.
That looks like a fucking bong.
Alright guys, here we go.
Shockingly, this project failed again for a few reasons. First of all, it was an obvious clone of Ty's channel. The intentions were written all on Avi's face. But also, Ty Domino Guy didn't even talk in his videos. Avi tried desperately to insert some sort of persona into his channel, only to vastly overdo it and scare any potential viewers away. To make things even funnier, Avi was so confident in this channel doing well that he pre-made a video celebrating 1,000 subscribers. How many subs did the channel really hit in the end? 87.
Damn. Even I made more than that. This is very sad.
Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Avi's Marble Runs.
Damn, it's crazy because it's like, even though it's a parody, you can really tell that Avsterbone, like, had a massive amounts of, like, envy for these other channels that would do better than him.
And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at me! Hi guys, my name is Avi, and I'm the creator of Avi's Marble Ones, and I just wanted to make this video to celebrate that we...
And like, another thing about Avi is he has, like, a massive fetish for, like, cosplaying as a baby. Like, it's honestly, like, very strange. I don't know, dude. Like, I knew Avsterbone was a weird guy, and obviously, like, he was he a bit of a I don't know if I want to say he's a lolcow. I feel like lolcow is, like, somebody who's unaware of the kind of attention they get. I think Avi was aware of the attention that he got. So I think Avsterbone actually, like, he understood that, like, people were laughing at him in some of the fucking clip farming moments that he would engage with. So I wouldn't really say that Avsterbone was, like, a lolcow. I think that's kind of stretching it just a little bit.
1,000 subscribers on the channel, guys. That's crazy. I know I might be
I still think this whole, like, pretending to be a baby and, like, fetishizing, like, cosplaying a baby is, like, so weird.
bit late, but I hope it isn't too late. I just always loved kids, considering I am a kid, and I always loved marbles and toys and dominoes, and I'm so happy that I get to share it with all of you.
During summertime 2018, Avi finally turned 18, and celebrated this by immediately being insistent on an NSFW chat on his Discord server. And this was back in 2018, when the only thing stopping you from entering an NSFW channel was a simple yes or no question. And of course, Avi would go in there and kick things off by posting 2 nudes of himself. The incident...
Great. When was this? Was this back in 2000? How old was this? I don't know. Like, obviously, if it was in, like, 2017 or 2018, then that would be considered CP, probably, which is illegal. So, yikes. That's irresponsible.
Did gather some controversy, considering a lot of the community had minors within it, but nonetheless, it also became a...
Well, I'm pretty sure Avsterbone was also a minor himself. I'm pretty sure he would have been, like, 15 or 16 at this time.
And was featured in Freedom Island Deluxe.
You want to see? You want to see my wiener on stream?
No, Jesus Christ.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just...
So, what was Avi's direction now, with so much having changed? Well, just as Quintus had gotten more popular within the Object Show community, Avi's immediate goal was to grow within the Mario Kart community. Throughout 2018 and 2019, Avi tried to get a Twitch raid from...
Yeah, okay, so in 2018, Avsterbone would have been, like, close to 16 and 17, and then in 2019, it would have been, like, 17 to 18-ish.
Troy TWD98, another popular streamer within the community. However, every time for ages, someone else would get raided. Avi would even go on a passionate rant about it to another streamer named Sword of Seal.
And Troy recently started getting back into the whole Mario Kart scene, and he was extremely big on Twitch, right? He wasn't a partner, just an affiliate, but he was big, right? And at the end of every single stream, he would raid somebody. And he would always raid you or Enmaid. And I was really annoyed because I was like, if I could just get one raid from Troy, I could be noticed. I could be one of the big Mario Kart. So every time he went live, I would go live as well. But you want to know who else was live? You, Sword. Sword, you were live. So Sword, a Twitch partner, making $5 million a year, was always getting raided, while me, and I was like right below you. You had like 50 viewers, and then I had like 15, and then he would always raid you every single time. oh! And it got like so bad to the point where literally what would happen is that I would just make my name, like the title of the stream, Troy, please raid me. And he would still pick you or end my Eid.
However,
dude, it's so weird. Like, it's actually like weirdly parasocial. So Avsterbone really has like a side to him that's like incredibly fucking envious. Damn, jeez. I never knew that Avsterbone had like an envious side to him, but like it does make sense. Like, given that he will do anything to clip farm and anything for attention.
But it's fair to say that Avi's plans were pretty short-sighted and affected by tunnel vision. His type of content needed to change, and he had to stand out for something other than pissing himself after getting 6th place on Mario Kart. Some people understand content creation, and some people just don't. Case in point, in August 2018, Avi and his family were traveling somewhere and staying in a hotel. Avsterbone decided to stream what would become the Hotelbone stream, and with no games or content, this was a really weird listen. You kinda get the idea that even if this was a one-off, Avi was running out of ideas and had to resort to whatever the hell this was.
There's my feet. Here are my feet. Hello! It's Avi's
Great, I'm watching a Dan Schneider bit. Shit. Really weird hours this time around.
Woo, look at me! I'm Quintus Min. Ow! Wiggle your toes, wiggle your toes.
Dude, imagine being this person's girlfriend. Just think about that for a second.
Hello, I'm Avi's foot. I don't have foot trouble.
Hello, Mr. Foot. How are you, Mr. Foot? Hello. Hello to you.
No people on this. No, I'm scared. I want to get. The last thing I need kicked out of the Marriott Hotel for. Oh, I have to end the stream. Oh, no.
If fate hadn't been cruel enough, Avi was later banned from Wimpy for having a skin. Although that ban was later reversed.
Oh, wait, I vaguely remember this. Yeah, Avsterbone got banned from fucking the Wimpy or whatever for having the Hitler stuff. Yeah, I remember this very vaguely.
It essentially locked him off from doing Mario Kart content for the foreseeable future, and that about sums it up. Avi was a guy with a lot of ambition, but a tendency for overlooking and failure. He didn't really have the potential to go beyond his limits or create some new trend and commit to an idea. He couldn't even get the volume right in some of his uploads, like this one about a weight loss challenge. The original upload had the background music up about 1,000,000,000%. How he didn't catch this in the edit, render, and upload is beyond me. By the way, that weight loss challenge, that was him using an app to bet $100 that he would lose 10 pounds over the summer. Just 10 pounds in 3 months. Guess what happened next?
I went from 182 pounds to 180.5. I lost 1.5 pounds. Was it enough to win the challenge? No, I lost $100. That really sucks.
It seemed as if over 2018, Avi had run out of ideas, and Quintus's compilations only took him so far. There was a chance in late 2018 with a blast from the past though. Minecon, the event that had started everything for Avi, was now back as a half-digital, half-in-person convention. Not having much hope, Avi entered the raffle of tickets, and somehow managed to get one for the event in Boston. After staying there for about an hour, Avi hopped onto the stage to self-promote his channel in a mad dash.
Yeah, exactly. Some videos will take 10 minutes, some of them will take 10 hours.
Great YouTube tip! Subscribe to Avsterbone, this snooter! Right here.
Incredible stuff. Wait, I do kind of remember this now that oh my god, I actually do remember this.
To self-promote his channel in a mad dash.
Yeah, exactly. Some videos.
I actually think I might have watched this live. Like, it's kind of like weirdly coming back to me.
10 minutes, some of them will take 10 hours.
Great YouTube tip! Subscribe to Avsterbone, this snooter! Right here.
Hi.
Incredible stuff. That's awkward.
Made it to the compilation, Mum. Yeah. Hi.
Unfortunately for Avi, the security was not as soft as before. He was chased down 2 blocks in Boston before being pinned to the floor and taken back by his arms. When the police came, they told Avi that he was banned from all Microsoft events.
Big sad.
Including E3.
It was only a matter of time. Oh, E3 as well? Damn, that's rough. But I guess COVID was coming up soon, so it didn't matter. Like, E3 was being held online for the most part afterwards, so guess it didn't matter.
One of the biggest gaming events ever at the time. That being said, Minecon
I guess if there was a time to get banned from Minecon, it would have been that time.
Probably Avi's longest lasting impact, as 2018 was the last year it was held in person. Avi's trolling may have single-handedly changed the way Mojang and Microsoft looked at their events and perception online. By mid-2019, Avsterbone's career was really starting to fail. Avi was stuck in a sort of YouTube...
I think around late 2018 or early 2019. I don't even think early 2019. I think late 2018. I think like after that prank call was when I stopped watching Avsterbone. I think like we did the prank call and then I kind of just like moved on and like didn't really care for Avsterbone, and I was just like, all right, I'll just let him do his thing. So I have no idea what happens to Avsterbone after this. This is something I'd be a lot very curious in.
Identity crisis, doing different ideas every month, desperate to blow up. The constant pursuit of getting a raid from Troy TWD did eventually work, but there wasn't much done after. People only stuck around for the Mario Kart Wii rage. Eventually, even the rage would just lose its novelty. People were increasingly more telegraphed with their intentions. They just wanted him to fail, and Avi eventually would catch on. He didn't really help himself though, because his next move was to start doing finance videos, all to shill referral links. How much money did he make from these referrals?
He tried the Caleb Hammer tactic. I didn't know that fucking Avsterbone became like a Caleb Hammer-like channel.
Links, $0. Avsterbone's uploads would become less and less frequent over time, and the quality of them seriously downgraded. It had gone from actual edited videos to just impromptu short recordings on his phone. On July 3rd, Avsterbone uploaded "I Quit, Goodbye," giving us the final nail that we had all been expecting. Avi revealed that over the last year, he had just stopped caring about YouTube. His motivation for videos had gone, and the core community he started with was nowhere to be seen. Most people who were featured in Freedom Island Deluxe had faded away or left for warmer waters.
Will I make videos again in the future? I don't know. I don't know, but definitely not for the foreseeable future. Maybe one day I'll care enough to come back, but I just don't see that, and I haven't seen it for a year. So I figured that a proper funeral and burial was necessary, and that would be this video. I want to sincerely thank everybody who has joined me on this long journey, dating back God knows how long before this channel.
During the pause of the pandemic, Avsterbone began attending Penn State University, and his online life remained fairly quiet. However, Avi's time during the pandemic and at university seemed to deeply change him, especially politically. For anyone who knew him at the time, this wasn't a surprise. Avi had publicly expressed his support for Donald Trump, his humor was composed of edgy jokes and slurs, and he could be seen having genuine arguments over political issues on sites such as Reddit.
Well, okay, so just to be clear, just because somebody has, like, edgy jokes or whatever, or expresses edgy jokes in, like, a Discord, I don't think that necessarily means that they were tied with the alt-right necessarily. Now, can that radicalize them into being alt-right? Possibly. I mean, like, there's all kinds of edginess that goes on in these Discords, and some of them may be, like, you know, willing to use that to communicate like certain political beliefs, but I don't think just because somebody expresses edgy jokes, that alone means that they're part of an alt-right pipeline. In the case of Avsterbone, though, it seems like this college trip massively changed him, so I guess I'll see. Maybe there's like other ways he got radicalized.
As time went on and the gaming aspect of his life faded away, politics became more embedded than ever. Back in October 2020, Avi had applied for a firearms identification card, giving over his fingerprints and having a state background check. Yet 5 months had gone by, and there was total radio silence. No answers as to why his paperwork was being delayed. It was during late February 2021 that Avi then went to the Freehold Township City Council meeting and stated his case.
My name is Avi Racklin. I reside at Freehold, New Jersey, and I've been a township resident for 19 years. I'd like to talk about guns. As I'm about to make clear, I've tried plenty of hunting. I've sent emails, filed an Oprah, and taken trips down to Freehold Township Police Headquarters, all in an effort to resolve this privately. That hasn't worked. I'm here today, and now you're going to get the vinegar.
Avi felt the reason his paperwork was being delayed was because he'd asked for a therapist around 7 years prior, and been under that therapist's care for 4 years. He noted as such in his own paperwork. The police chief, George K. Bauman, then apparently made Avi jump through several rings just to justify his gun ownership. Avi claimed the chief said—
It's interesting because, like, I look at this and it's like, wow, New Jersey actually has, like, an actual, like, bureaucratic process to get guns, but then you look at Texas, as long as you're, like, I think the age of 16 at the very least, or 18 or whatever. I don't know if it's 16, 17, or 18 in Texas, but as long as you're a certain age, you can just walk into a Walmart and just buy a gun, and that's it. Like, it's as simple as that. It's very interesting how it varies from state to state like that.
He was approved, then retracted it and asked for a doctor's note saying he was mentally fine. Avi received such a note from his former therapist, only for the police chief to reject it and say that he needed one from a clinical psychologist. In such a time as the COVID pandemic, this was virtually impossible. Avi would get a records release from the county adjuster, who, among other things, keep potential documents about people who are not eligible to buy guns due to their mental health. This record stated that there was nothing here to stop him, and so Avi took this information to the town hall again.
At that moment, I learned there was a difference between the right answer and the correct answer. I decided to be honest and transparent with the Freehold Township Police Department. I voluntarily disclosed the fact I sought outpatient treatment and was briefly prescribed medication in the FARS questionnaire. the technically correct answer. Had I not disclosed that, you would have never known the right answer, because there was no record of anything for me. The police chief is playing doctor.
Already, the fucking, like, his vernacular and the way he's communicating is, like, very different than we've ever seen him prior. So something happened. Like, what? Like, after he quit YouTube, like, something really, really happened to him. Because, like, I've never seen Avsterbone talk like this ever, in, like, this serious of a tone.
Arbitrarily deciding I'm in need of a letter, despite no determination from any mental health professional that states otherwise. Chief Bauman is abusing his power. If you feel confident that me having an FID card is a public safety issue, then deny my permit now. Take your name, reputation, and sign on the dotted line next to the rejection box on my application. I will not continue to waste my time finding a doctor to appease you. At least then a decision will have been made, and I'll be able to take it to the next level and utilize the vast resources that have been offered to me. Accepting tyranny isn't an option.
Soon after, Avi's FID was denied, and in retaliation, he filed a lawsuit against the police chief and the police department. The lawsuit was ultimately unsuccessful, partly because the police had found previous incidents that suggested to them he was not fit for guns.
Oh, that probably makes sense then. If they did like a background check and he had like a history of mental health crisis stuff going on, and given the fact that Avsterbone would do anything for attention, in a weird way, he's kind of like, I guess in that sense, he's kind of just like unpredictable.
To quote Chronicle, according to court documents, when reviewing Racklin's application, the chief came across what he called some serious concerns stemming from a May 2017 incident at Racklin's home. Racklin, then 15, had been making racially charged YouTube videos, which his parents disapproved of. As a consequence, electronics and power were taken out from his room. But
racially charged, does that mean, like, did Avsterbone, like, make videos that were just, like, edgy in general? And they were like, oh my god, wow, you know, like, edgy joke or something like that? Is that what they saw? And they just decided that that was who he was?
Racklin tried to rewire the outlets, a police report says. He was evaluated, voluntarily according to Racklin, at Center State Medical Center, and was released a few hours later. According to the attending therapist's notes, Racklin indicated that he was expressing his First Amendment right of free expression. He didn't understand what the fuss was about. Avi's involvement with the police was only one part of his strange activity online, activity that was noticed when his public statements politically clashed with many fellow students at Penn State. One note to focus was his Reddit post, where in one of them, he was asked what he would do if he was unable to be killed or injured for 24 hours. And not charged for any crimes during this period. He answered, saying that he'd essay and kill some hot girls, shoot at random pedestrians GTA style, commit police brutality, take over the US, and then rob banks.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Hold on, I'm actually gonna read this. Oh man, I'd do a bunch of fucked up shit. To start, I'd fuck a bunch of really hot girls. I then probably start driving around and shooting random cars and pedestrians GTA style. I commit an atrocity, I assume, and make sure Pumped Up Kicks is blasting in the loudspeaker. I then impersonate a cop and commit police brutality. Oh my god, dude. You know, it's one thing to make an edgy fucking joke. This, I feel like, goes beyond an edgy joke. Like, this is like a legitimate, like, threat to violence that he's making here, right? And he's, like, saying it out into the public for people to see.
Shoot at random pedestrians GTA.
And then he types here, you're right, I need to do more cover-up. I need to do more to cover up my tracks. I guess I'll have to kill my sexual assault victims. Wow, incredible.
GTA style, commit police brutality, take over the US, and then rob banks. I like how he doesn't even think of robbing banks and getting money until the last sentence. Other posts from his Reddit, namely about women, stated that those who dress with exposed skin were calling for sexual harassment. Avi also admitted to off to girls whilst talking to them on the phone, with them having no idea what he was doing. Avi also ran the Twitter account Resist Penn State, in which he fought with others and expressed his dislike for gay people. And unlike before, when Avi would have his
Okay, wow, it really does seem like Avsterbone just went into a fucking alt-right pipeline. So, what is this? In 2021, I don't understand why everyone feels the need to be so openly supportive of the LGBTQ community. It's nauseating, to be honest. It's like a religion. Oh, and if you don't support it, you're racist and a bunch of insert phobic. I used to really like rainbows. The gay community has ruined it. Wow. Wow, Jesus Christ.
Penn State, in which he fought with others and expressed his dislike for gay people. And unlike before...
I mean, to be fair, like I said, Avsterbone has always been kind of like a conservative guy, but it just seems like he really is just like, there's something that was always like very off about him, and I guess maybe I just didn't notice it back then. Attention followers, Uncensored AM is looking for volunteers to help out with the Milo event schedule. This, if you're interested, DM. Okay, cool.
When Avi would have his online friends to fall back on when life got hostile, even his own friends were against him. Maybe this was because of his racist comments, or maybe because of the fact that he'd allegedly sent NSFW to a minor from his community.
Okay, well, first things first is, how old was he and how old was the minor? I mean, it's not appropriate, but like I need to know more than just be like sent NSFW to minor. Like I need to know the context of that.
The hostility between Avi and fellow students...
I guess it wasn't that important because Toastify didn't really go into it, so...
Penn State University boiled over in an incident in August 2021. Amidst anger at the university's lackluster pandemic plan, a crowd of professors and students were ready to stage a protest for vaccine mandates. It was at that moment that a counter-protester arrived, a 20-year-old business management major, dressed in an orange neon vest, unmasked and carrying a sign. On one side was a Wojak meme about when the pandemic ended, and on the other was a meme of Alex
God, he even shaved his fucking head too, like a skinhead, like an actual white supremacist. Dude, this guy is really... Oh my gosh, this guy, ugh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck happened? Like, this guy went from, like, normal conservative leaning to, like, actually just, like, straight up far right.
With a gun, with the text, "Shut the up liberal." Avi arrived and started shouting anti-vax messages. Apparently, he was so imposing and loud that the protest couldn't even start, according to Professor Michael O. West. Eventually, he began fighting with members of the crowd. Avi moved through the crowd. Some claimed he was getting in people's faces, others said he was lunging at them. The campus police were called, whilst others just stopped engaging with him. But a few people, including Dr. Oliver Baker, tried to put themselves between Avi and the crowd. Then, the events are disputed. Either Oliver tried to defuse the situation and Avi attacked him, or Oliver went for Avi's sign and tried to snatch it out of his hands. Either way, a scuffle soon ensued, leaving Avi with a bloody nose. The police came...
Yeah, look at that, dude.
And would take Avi away. According to him, he says they threatened to charge him with disorderly conduct if he kept raising his voice. Oliver Baker was later found not guilty of the charges by police, but was still slated to lose his job at Penn State University. This decision was hugely controversial and would spark yet more protest based on Avi's online posts. Protest banners on the gates of Penn State read, "Jones Lang admin, don't fire Dr. Baker for protecting students from bigot Racklin. Avi Racklin is a threat to our community. Admin sides with apologist. Expel Avi Racklin." A petition was even made to get him expelled, but that would be ultimately unsuccessful, and Avi would graduate in 2023. If it was any consolation, though, Baker would keep his job at Penn State. After graduating, Avi would make a short return to his old content, mainly gaming streams on Twitch.tv.
Yeah, maybe Avsterbone is like Sneeko. Maybe Avsterbone just takes, like, whatever grift is, like, he thinks is beneficial at the time. So I guess maybe Avsterbone is just like, oh my god, Sneeko before Sneeko was a thing.
Oh! I think we beat it! I think we beat it! Hold on! Hold on, folks! Hold on, folks!
Surprised Twitch didn't really do anything about him.
Folks, everybody just stay calm. 2330.1991. Oh my god, I just missed it! Get ready for the next boom. Forced to move.
Despite everything that had happened, the remainder of Avi's audience still f***ed with him in some ways.
Prentice, I can't fucking... Stop texting me! Avi loves 11-year-olds, okay? I don't want to hear that. Alright?
But things had changed too much by now. Avi's focus was less on places like YouTube and more about Twitter. In the past, Avi would have described himself as a moderate conservative, but his dispute with the police and then the fight at the protest changed him. In the interview with Chronicle, he cited how the pandemic had changed him and anti-vax figures had affected his current views. By now, he'd moved from New Jersey to Detroit, Michigan, and alongside his day job as a Lyft driver, would attend protests and debates relating to the Second Amendment. He would also investigate arrests and convictions related to the Second Amendment, and managed to get them lifted on some occasions. On November 14th, 2024, Avi testified in front of the Michigan Senate, protesting a bill that prohibited guns inside the Capitol complex in Lansing.
I mean, it makes sense considering Avsterbone is, I mean, who is surprised Avsterbone is, pro-Second Amendment?
In his speech, Avi believed that this very bill targeted white people, because they were the primary race of people who carried in the Capitol.
Yeah, because, I mean, he pretends like fucking hoods and gangs don't use fucking guns to kill each other and does drive-bys all the time. He pretends that, like, doesn't even exist.
Then, in his speech in front of the Michigan Senate, he dropped the N-word.
If we want to address gun violence, we would be focusing on the people who bring guns into communities and shoot people, like where I live in Detroit and where you represent, Stephanie Chang, which are overwhelmingly 13 to 34-year-old sub-Saharan African. Those are the people who...
Move on. Thank you for your
testimony.
Yep, and I am the chair, and I have gaveled you down. So, are there any questions from committee members?
Armed guards remove me. Armed men with guns remove me.
Are there any questions from committee members?
Oh, I have.
Senator Runstead.
Did I just hear
It's very uncomfortable. Jesus fuck.
you call a group of people by some epithet? Yes. And number two, the idea that this is aimed at white people. I know so many different groups from minority communities that are armed, that carry concealed. It's just a ridiculous argument.
Again, the incident got news coverage, in which they noted that Avi signed himself in with the words "Groypers for America." One of the senators.
Oh, so he's a Nick Fuentes fan. Damn. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised there. It always ties back to Nick Fuentes.
Dana Polhanke would even post to Twitter about Avi's speech and his prior history at Penn State University. The radical change was even affecting his behavior outside of politics. His comments would get him rebanned from Weemfee, this time for life. Avi attributes his changing politics to the work of one Tom Hennessy, a right-wing Twitter journalist, and a few months later, that connection would get him into his biggest involvement yet. When the video of Shiloh Hendricks went viral, Tom supposedly contacted Shiloh and started building a team to defend her. Avi was selected because of his expertise in the financial and legal sector, and was put in charge.
His expertise, which even then he wasn't really doing too well at. I mean, he lost fucking $100 in like a weight loss, like, I guess, bet. That's the word I was looking for. I don't know why I fucking drew a blank there.
Of the Give, Send, Go campaign. With $800,000 raised, Avi had finally been a part of a project that was successful for him. But just then, Avi made a crucial mistake. He got a little too greedy and moved the spotlight to him in the one place and time he shouldn't have. A few days later, Avi would have a verbal altercation with a black passenger whilst he was driving Lyft. They had an argument and he did what he always does, call them a slur. The clip would also get some attention alongside Shiloh's whole campaign, yet some people on the online right felt this was kind of forced. In the case of Shiloh, they sympathized with her because she was being doxxed and threatened, and they perceived her being recorded as a sort of threat. Avi had just posted this clip of his own accord, and there seemed to really not be that much of a provocation. And
he has the Alex Mason profile picture as well. Like, it's like everything that was edgy, and it went beyond just being edgy.
A classic case of online right-wing politics, our new Aryan savior was found to not exactly be the perfect archetype.
Technically, he wouldn't really be an Aryan, but he's absolutely, like, I don't think it's disproportionate to say that, like, Avsterbone legitimately, like, became a white supremacist, which is honestly very sad because I never knew that this was the path that he took after I stopped watching him. I stopped watching him because I kind of got bored of him after a while, and I just moved on to bigger and better things. Didn't know that this was the path he took, though. That's crazy.
About a day before people looked into Avi's last name and found it was Jewish. What happened next was basically a questioning of his...
Ah, damn. So then he got purity tested by Nick Fuentes, because again, America first. This is the purity testing that's on the right, you know. It's, some right-wing people hate Jewish people, some of them love them. And that's the whole infighting that's happening with America first. So, yeah, that ought to do it for you becoming a Groyper. There goes your days being in Nick Fuentes' circle.
Entire involvement and his real intentions.
You're the fundraiser guy. You're behind the Shiloh thing, and then you did it yourself like a week later. Is that what's the quick rundown?
Masterminds of the Shiloh campaign, and I coincidentally.
What do you mean mastermind? What did you do?
So, like I said, it's still very active. I can't get into specifics, but we'll be sharing all at a later date.
Is it like emailing people?
I can't get into specifics.
Okay. Does Shiloh have the money, or do you have the money?
So if you read the thread that is pinned, you will see that Shiloh has all of it.
Yeah, but white, that's like a dumb reply. You know what I mean? Like if we're escalating.
And
but you didn't seem that pressed.
So, I mean, you want to like debate the nuances of what justifies what. She said racial words, I said racial words. That's how I view it.
Yeah, but like, you know, it's no less insurance fraud if you say, well, I'm only going to sue someone if they hit me when I'm playing in traffic. You know, like you were in control.
That is the worst comparison ever.
I would like to point out, too, that the Give, Send, Go link was put up only 20 minutes after he posted that he was fired from Lyft. Almost like it was, you know, cocked and loaded, ready to go. You wanted to do this because you wanted to, like, raise racial consciousness. And would you be open to donating the $5,000 that you received to a pro-white organization?
No, because the money was raised with the intent of replacing
That's kind of Jewish, man.
Lost. And I am.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought.
I am
the only chance to redeem yourself, you just lost it.
I am a pro-white organization. I assisted.
You're not white.
As of today, Avi is continuing his...
Yeah, so obviously Avsterbone was in a call with some people who were also white supremacists, but they were purity testing him for being Jewish. And a common dog whistle you'll see from anti-Semitic people is they'll separate Jewish people from white people. That, anytime somebody does that, immediate red flag.
foray into ultra-right-wing politics. Anything seen on his Twitter or his YouTube will always be something political. And although there are traces of what he is from before, it's nowhere near the scale we have now. The teenager streaming Mario Kart Wii and raging is truly lost in the sauce. However, the thing that persists from his past the most is failure. After all, Avi is a person who has spent his micro-following being constantly overshadowed by far more talented people, or not getting credited anytime he's in the spotlight. Any project that he's tried to go for has backfired or just flopped, and a community was created around that. The people he's now tried to join have outright rejected him. It'd be sad if it didn't happen in the most comical—
Well, I think Avsterbone was just rejected from, like, everything that he tried to be part of. In a weird way, it's kind of sad. Like, somebody trying so hard to desperately grasp onto relevance, and when you really look at Avsterbone, he really wasn't anything. Like, without, like, something to depend on. You know, and don't get me wrong, like, obviously, like, we all have something that, like, grounds us or depends on us in the real world, but, like, you gotta have something of your own that makes you, you, and it seems like Avsterbone didn't really have that much to separate him from anybody else.
way possible. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay safe and stay toasty.
That was a weird deep dive, and also, kind of sad when you really think about it.